Hello everybody, welcome back. So yeah, a bit of a late video here. We've got flu in the family, a little 5-year-old burning up like a beast. I was up all night, so I couldn't do my stream last night because she'd been sleeping all day, awake, in and out of sleep all night. Which basically means that I am knackered. Like, I don't put a little video of myself in the corner, you know, like other YouTubers do. I've heard that that's supposed to be good for the algorithm or just to get to know me or whatever, but if you saw me right now, you would never listen to me. Oh my god. I look like I've been sleeping on a park bench. Right, so let's get stuck in then, shall we? See what's been going on with the market. And on first glance and on second and third glance, it's basically the same as it has been all week, basically. Pretty much boring AF, really. For a lot, it's probably concerning because you're like, well, I thought this was a bull market, was it a bullish? And I'm kind of the same. I was hoping for a little bit more activity in January. And look, I suppose it back in December, end of December, I said, look, January is going to be relatively bullish, and it feels like a long time ago now. But I said, I think Bitcoin's gonna reach 100,000, and we've got XRP is going to be over $3. So we've got to those areas now at least, and obviously we've changed the goalpost now, so we want more. So as far as the overall analysis is concerned, I mean it's still working out exactly as I anticipated, exactly as expected. But it doesn't take long to get complacent with where you are, and obviously we want more. The beginning of the month, if we go down to the week, we were around 90,000 on Bitcoin. If we go down to XRP, the beginning of the month, we were down at like $2, and now we're so. Yeah, for those who think that nothing's going on, I mean that's not true. Things are certainly going on. I mean XRP and Bitcoin were the main sort of coins that I made those, which at the time sounded, I suppose, pretty. I don't know. I mean, it seemed a bit far fetched. Occasionally I have to stick my neck out, not just to attract people to a video, but because obviously I have targets that I'd like to see, but they have to be realistic and they've been met. So at this point now, the question is, what's going to happen next? Where are we going to go next? And are we looking for immediate continuation, or are we just going to be looking for some sideways? And to be fair, it would appear that unfortunately, sideways is the key. And sideways is good, right? Sideways is better than down, right? It's not as good as up, but it's actually okay, And we all want to make money fast, obviously, but most of the time you can't make money fast. In fact, the vast majority of the time, consistently making money is probably the best thing you could ask for, and that's kind of what we've got, right? Really, so we had a big month in November, got that. We had a downtrend in December, that's fine. We were out for that. We entered back in, uptrend again, got that. So I mean, it is effectively relatively consistent in the way that we've caught these monthly swings, if we can call them. But there's more going on behind the charts, obviously, with Trump and this and that, and blah 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 and blah blah blah. And the first thing that you would really want to focus on, if anything, is that the Dixie, or we'll just call it Forex in general, has been affected dramatically. So we've seen the big, consistent, long-lasting uptrend in anticipation for all of these tariffs and economic change. And now we're seeing a natural correction. Now, as far as the 4 hour is concerned, the 4 hour has kind of lost a lot of its momentum now and sort of crept below moving averages. And so it would appear that 106.5 is the destination of choice. Not that the pound has a great deal of influence on this, but the pound has got its own problems going on, and that seems to be bouncing up as well at this point now. So it's all okay from a chart perspective. We could be looking for a turnaround for Forex, and Forex is the foundation of any kind of assets, really, because if unless you're valuing them in like some alien currency, they're going to be valued against a fiat currency, which is Forex, and so the price of Forex, or the volatility and stability of Forex, counts for something, not for like everything, but it counts for something. It's the stability or instability of the assets that you trade in. So that's fine. So we've established now that we might be, the operative word being might be, seeing a reversal in the dollar index, which you know, is better than continuation up. So a little bit of a bounce around here perhaps, but looking probably for a pullback down to 106, and if we lose that, you're coming down to 105, and so on and so on. But then when in doubt, zoom out. There is a much larger thing in play here. I'll get rid of all this, but this is my general anticipation for this year. We are going to find an area some point soon, if not already, where we do tail off, come back down to the bottom of this trend line, which is a ascending channel, a rising channel, which typically will break down, but currently it hasn't. But look, we're on a monthly here. The support of this came into play in 2011, so this trend line and this channel has been going on for about 14, 15 years, really. So there's a lot, you know, we're not looking for it to break down immediately. And if it were to break down, we're probably only going to see lows. You know, if anything, you'd be lucky to see lows down below 90. But it would be a breakdown and then a turnaround, and then this channel's over, and we have to start thinking about what it is that we're looking at next. So you're like, all right, what about crypto? I need to hear about the crypto. Yeah. So again, Bitcoin bullish. We do have one driver bearish divergence, but that's likely to get cancelled out at this stage now if this continues to move up. This white line here represents where I expect a reasonable top to have formed. It was around about September this year, so we've still got plenty of time. This is something you have to kind of reinforce when feeling a little bit, you know, uncertain about how things are going to go. You have to remember, all right, time's on our side. The bull market, yeah, it can go up, down, sideways, but it should be continuing up until at least September. And that will be Bitcoin, which is the governing body of all crypto. So talking about the next step of governing bodies, we're going to think about the total 2. So the total 2 here on the daily is about to, not quite yet, form a trend signal. So you might think, what? No way, man. I think that too when I see it, but it is true. So we've got a conversion baseline cross, we've got a cheeky span above price action, and this, although it's very small, and you could class it as confirmed already, so I could even say in theory and in practice that is a trend signal that exists right now. We've got the 3 components of an Ichimoku cloud trend signal on the total 2. Same thing as Bitcoin, although Bitcoin's is a bit more obvious. Trend conversion baseline above the cloud, green portion, leading portion of the cloud, GQ span way above price action. So you got Bitcoin, and then you got the total 2, which is the total market cap excluding Bitcoin, all got that. Now, what do you do in Ethereum? Because we kind of need you to do something at some point soon. Basically, close to no signals on this one. We've got the only thing that I would consider to be, excuse me, reasonably bullish. Well, I mean, it is bullish, but it's not a signal. It's a setup that might take a little longer to play. Is that we've got the golden cross, which was on exponentials here and simples here. I need to change my moving average color there. But yeah, we've got 2 golden crosses on a daily, which have been retested and respected. We've got a box of significance that also takes you down to the previous top of the accumulation zone, which 2,800. If you come down to that area, it's worth thinking about, you know, a limit order at that area just in case we do, you know, wick down to the top of that area, because that would be a very strong support. Bang, V-shaped recovery. But we might already be working on a V-shaped recovery at the moment. We're getting rejected on the center of a Bollinger Band. Again, there is no pump or trend signal, but there is a single drive of that bullish divergence on the money flow index. And so with that, you go, all right, okay, it's not pointing to the moon right now, but it could be, and probably is scraping a low, if not the low has already been put in. There is a chance, though, that Bitcoin does come down, you know, below 100,000, you know, into the upper 90s again, which should allow for Ethereum to not just come back into this box, but there is a chance that you get that golden ticket down there to 2,800 or thereabouts. So the total 2 trend signal, we've got Bitcoin trend signal, Ethereum scraping some lows. Let's take it down a notch to some smaller market cap. So we'll do the total 3, which whoa, total, not total. Now, I'm operating on about 4 hours sleep. Plus, you know, it might be psychosomatic, but I feel like now I'm getting the flu, which wouldn't surprise me because I've been my daughter's coughed in my face probably about 55 times just this morning. So what do we see? You said it, I see it. Trend signal, just like Total 2 and Bitcoin, so even the Total 3 has got the same kind of setup. If you zoom out, take off all the noise, it's easier to even see. What we've got now is a breakout. You see this, it's relatively clear. You've got a breakout and a retest on a weekly. So that's good to go as well, as far as I'm concerned. The Total 2, the Total 3 and Bitcoin are all good to go. We just want Ethereum to wake up, really, because that's what's going to create the main drive of the alt season. You know, I was in Ethereum in the last bull market, got in around $160, and I watched it go up and down and side to side, up and down and side to side. People are going, you know that Ethereum is rubbish, right? Ethereum is no good. You know, it's all about the other coins. And I was like, yeah, to be honest with you, you all do have a point. A lot of other coins have and do move up significantly compared to boring old Ethereum. But then there does come a point where actually the sentiment changes and Ethereum moves up, and the vast majority of people will then go, oh yeah, of course, yeah, no, Ethereum is the king, and yeah, of course it was always going to do this, and yeah, now look at it, we're above 4,000. Oh look, now we're above 5. Oh, we're trending 7. It's obviously going to hit 10. Then if and when you get to 10, yeah, well, it's guaranteed to go to 25,000. Whoa. Where were you? Where were you at 3,000? I'll tell you where I was. Hating on it. So, I mean, it probably is going to go like that. No, I'm not saying it's going to hit 10,000 at all. All I'm calling for is an uptrend. I don't know where it's going to go up to. We have to judge it day by day, week by week, and so on. You know, for me to give an Ethereum price target is kind of more than speculative. It's just clickbaity. You know, and maybe that's what I need to do. I've given up on making thumbnails on this channel now. You know, what is the point? All thumbnails look the same anyway. You know, it's just a whitewash of everybody using Canva with an O face and that pink writing or whatever. It's just like, all right, okay, so there's got to be something else that you can do. Or maybe just go back to basics and just have no thumbnail at all. Maybe that is the most impressive way to do it. I actually haven't found any difference in having thumbnails or not, using an O face or not. So I might as well just do nothing. It seems to be just the same. Anyway, I digress. I've been told to try and shy away from talking about anything outside of the chart, but it's my channel, all right? It's my channel. If I want to use it as a counselling session, as a bit of therapy, then leave it to me to do that. Okay? It's my channel. I can do what I want, right? If I want to complain about catching the flu and thumbnails, I can do that. Right. So we've done Total 2, Total 3, Bitcoin, Dixie. I reckon that's informative enough to call this video whatever I like, because it just couldn't. It does spell to me bullish momentum, and in almost immediately I would say that we should be looking for some kind of continuation of this. But remember what I said at the beginning of the video. My general call for this month was bullishness. It was Bitcoin above 100. It was XRP above 3, and we're here now. We're seeing it now. So it might not feel massively bullish, but targets have already been met for this month, from what I said. Whether it was at the beginning of the month or December, I can't recall, but it was out there. Yeah, that's my expectation. And like I said, back then it was not a well liked prospects. Obviously people wanted that, but the idea of it, or the chances of it happening, did seem quite slim. But we've hit it, so we've hit those targets, and so now I am going to stick my neck out and say, well, I'm looking now for continuation. The larger market caps, Total 2, Total 3, call for it. Ethereum does not. The only one that wasn't looking as amazing was others, which, you know, on our streams we do, these Patreon streams, we do look at a lot of smaller caps, right? And we can see this being reflected on others. Now, this doesn't mean it's not going to move through association with the market. You know, oh, it's an altcoin, therefore it will move, and it is going to go up as it is an altcoin in a crypto bull market. But if you're looking at this chart, you'd be like, okay, so what is the best chart? It would appear that the higher market caps, let's just put Ethereum to the side, have the better setups. You know, Bitcoin, Total 2, and Total 3. Others doesn't. So it doesn't look like opportunities exist in the smaller caps. Now, you can get lucky on them, definitely, and those big moves are based around thin order books and, you know, large amounts of volume coming into something that previously has no volume or very little volume, and it creates a green candle. But when you're looking at a chart and a setup, yeah, it's still consolidating. It doesn't look very convincing. Not when you compare it to, you know, obviously Bitcoin and something like the Total 2, and especially the Total 3 is probably even better, which are basically giving us signals, really. So they are giving us signals to say it's bullish. It's bullish basically from yesterday or today on a daily, and they are continuously making higher highs, higher lows for something like Bitcoin. So you do have to be careful what it is that you pick, because no altcoin is created equal. And I honestly, as I have been this entire bull market, really focused on higher market cap coins. And, you know, not because I anticipated that this is how it's going to roll this year. I had my suspicions, but mostly for liquidity, really. You know, you trade with large numbers. You need large volume, otherwise you can't slip in and out of the order books effectively. So that is that. So I obviously stay away almost completely from small piles of Shiite, but I think the evidence is there to say that, you know, not that just being a preference is one thing, but the evidence is there to say stay away from them anyway. Right, I'll leave it with you there. There is nothing more to say. If that was informative, please let me know. Sorry about the late video, but, you know, those of you with a family and multiple kids will recognise that actually sometimes your home becomes a petri dish, and there's stuff going around at the moment. Stream will be on Sunday, all things going well. So long as nobody else gets ill, including myself, the stream will be on Sundays, and I'm pretty much decided at this point that my Patreon streams are I'm gonna do them on Wednesdays and Sundays. The reason Sundays would be better, I think, is because it leads us into a trading a full-on trading week, and Wednesdays being midweek gives us that opportunity to assess midweek what's going on. So I think that might be better moving forward, but I'm not 100% decided, but I think, yeah, I'm tilting that way. Right, thanks for watching. I better get going. I can hear I'm being summoned from the Queen's bedroom. Right, thanks for watching. Take it easy.